What's up, heroes? My name is Sylarclone, and welcome back to Crystalline. Much like we did in Chapter 4, we're going to go back through the last episode and take a look at some of the options we did not select just to see how those play out. Starting off right from the very beginning, we chose to stay and fight, but what happens if we decide to open a rift home? I look at my friends, and the turmoil in my mind stirs. This isn't my home. I don't want to abandon my team here, but I can't just leave my friends and family back home either. What if they're looking for me? I can't let them think that I'm dead. And now that I have the chance to go back, how could I pass that up? And yet, I look down at my hands. I remember the fatigue I felt after practicing with Amelia. Her warning runs through my mind, turning my blood to ice in my veins. I might not even make it home, even if I tried. Is it really worth the risk for something that's not even guaranteed and could potentially end fatal? Potentially end fatally? Of course it's worth it, on second thought. No, well, of course it's worth it. Let's start with of course it's worth it. It's where my loved ones are waiting for me. It's where I left my life behind. Void isn't my fight. I'm an anomaly in this world, and that's a strong indicator that I'm not meant to be here. I swallow hard, gathering the courage to face my friends. My words burn my tongue as I speak them. I'm sorry, you guys, but I have to go back. Slowly, the team turns to face me. Then Kara laughs. Not a laughing matter.
Maybe my hearing is finally going, but I could have sworn you said you wanted to go back.
That is what I said, yes. Gulping hard, I nod. They are not making this easy. You heard correctly. Her laughter ceases as she stares intently at me. The longer she holds my gaze, the closer her brows knit together. She glances at Liana, who searches me with wide eyes. I avoid her gaze, and finally, she speaks.
I see.
Heartbreak flickers across her face. It stabs at my heart like a knife.
That's it? That's all you're going to say?
Tears fill in Leanna's eyes, but she furiously tries to blink them back.
There is nothing left to say. He's made his choice. I think I should go find a good place to make camp.
Well, I feel like a dick. She turns on her heel as the tears spill over. The knife in my heart turns fresh pangs of pain. Leanna, wait! She doesn't. Of course she wouldn't. Kara looks at Liana, then back at me, as if waiting for me to do something. When I don't, she frowns and runs after Liana. My stomach twists with guilt. Did I make the right decision? She'll understand. She has to. My family and friends don't know what happened to me. I can't let them continue worrying about me. I wait for a few more minutes, but it's clear neither of them are coming back. Zach crosses his arms and says nothing. Amelia's face is just as stony a mask as Zach's. You can hate me too if you want. I'll understand. Zach just shakes his head.
You have to do what you have to do.
You know what? I'm not surprised by that kind of response from him. He gets things. That was surprisingly understanding. I look up at Zach. He meets my gaze before looking away. Amelia remains silent. Are you okay, Amy?
I am perfectly well.
Okay. You're not angry.
What would be the use of being angry? Would it dissuade your decision if I were?
Probably not. I shake my head.
Then what I feel is irrelevant.
Although her words are calm, her tone has a hint of sadness. I know my friends will miss me. I'll miss them too. The Pongo's eyes shimmer with tears. Oh, this is going to make me feel even worse than the Liana one. He hops up to me, nuzzling my leg.
Boy.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy. I have to go home. The Pongo shakes his head.
Boy!
His voice is tinged with distraught as he hops into my scarf. He buries himself beneath the fabric.
Boy!
My heart clenches. I'm sorry, buddy. You can't come. I gently scoop him out of the scarf and hand him to Amelia. He deflates in her arms.
Boy! Boy!
Amelia squeezes the Pongo to her chest. I take one last look at my friends. These people, with the somber eyes, those aren't the faces I want to remember. I try to remember their smiles, but the vision doesn't come to me.
Do you need me to guide your cast?
Maybe. I shake my head. I can't ask her to do that. She nods and steps back. I close my eyes. I remember the library with all those rows of books. I remember the study tables and the wide windows. Magic flares down my arm. It flows through my veins, a pulsing wave of energy, and engulfs me. I cry out as there's pain, something so fierce that I feel deep in my bones. There's a blinding flash of light. I wince and flinch back, but the light is all-encompassing. It blocks out all other senses until it begins to fade. I hear the soft rustle of pages turning. I groan and blink my eyes open, exhausted, but still in one piece. No freaking way. No way. Slowly, I raise my head. Shelves upon shelves of books surround me. I look down at the desk with the scratched graffiti. I made it. I actually made it back. No freaking way. A student sees me and freezes. Her gaze darts to my back and she screams, drops her books, and runs away. My brows furrow. What the... Another student pauses, taking me in. A slow smile spreads across his face.
Hey, dude, sweet cosplay. What anime is it from?
My clothes came with me? Cosplay? I look down at myself. I'm in the same leather clothes as from Terra. Oh,
Excuse me.
A stern voice causes me to turn around. A woman with a tight bun and rimmed glasses glares at me.
I don't know what this is,
She waves her hand indicating my clothes.
but I will not tolerate any weapons at this school.
My sword came with me too. Without hesitation, she reaches around me and tries to grab the sword on my back.
I'm going to need to confiscate this.
Don't you touch my sword. What? Hey! I struggle out of her grasp. It's not real, it's just, a costume.
It's for our theater class.
Thanks, Alex? I recognize that voice. Glancing over, I see my friend Alex approaching. He flashes the librarian a winning smile. She crosses her arms and puffs.
Well, next time you should change first.
I don't want to. I will. She turns around and walks away, her heels clicking on the floor. Seeing one of my friends fills me with warmth. Alex looks me up and down.
Dude, is that a real sword? What are you wearing? And where have you been? I've been calling you for ages.
How long is ages here, Alex? The last few months replays in my head, but it seems like only a few hours have passed here on Earth. I grin. You wouldn't believe me, even if I told you. Ending A achieved. I somehow feel unsatisfied and a little upset at myself for leaving Liana behind. So you decided to go home, huh? Yes, Dishu. Yes, PixelFade, I decided to go home. You've returned to your normal life with all your friends and family. Not a bad outcome. Though, if you are curious on what happened to Terra, you may consider not returning home so soon. I think they're onto something here. So after getting ending A, what if we just kind of go, on second thought, that's not worth it. We gotta see how this plays out. I can't go home now. There's too much to be done here, and I care too much about these people to turn away from them in their time of need. I glance at Leanna. There is no way I can let her down. Okay, so we're going right back to the beginning of things. I like this way a whole lot better. So we're going to continue on with the conversation after Leanna and I tell the group that we're officially dating. Last time we ended up saying, you know, well, now you guys know. We're going to go back, though, and check a look at the other options, but we're going to start with the ones that came up after our first option of, well, one of us should tell them. I ended up telling them. So, we're talking about babies. So, what? Babies? To make babies means you have to. My face goes hot. I agree, let's change the subject.
Oh, you two are so red.
I'm going to beat you senseless. Leanna squeaks.
This is all too much.
She covers her face with her hands. This backfired super bad. Kara laughs. Well, our confession wasn't as dramatic as I thought it was going to be. I wonder when they first started to figure it out. Leanna, let's get started. I wrap my arm around her waist and pull her into my side. They are absolutely right. As a matter of fact, we should get started. Right now. Leanna's glare bores into my
I'm
skin.
breaking up with you.
Ouch! That one hurts the pride a little bit. I burst into a cold sweat. What? She walks away. That's not the good option. Hey, that was a joke, right? Right? Kara laughs.
Oh boy. You better watch yourself, sailor.
Don't you start with me, woman. Okay, so the let's get started did not work out super well. Does not get us any brownie points for her, so storks deliver babies in Terra too, huh? I never thought about this before, but does Terra have storks too? Kara and Leanna look at each other. I'm gonna play the dumb card.
Why?
Since we were just talking about babies, I was wondering if you also have storks who drop them off, or do you use a different animal? Leanna continues to stare at me blankly.
I don't think I follow.
You know, the stork delivers the babies, and that's where babies come from. Kara bursts out laughing. Worth it.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
She looks over at Zach. Oh, if he believes the same thing too.
You might need to talk to him.
Why me?
Because you're a guy?
Zach frowns, but pulls me aside.
All right. So, when a man and woman love each other very much...
This is too good.
I didn't mean right now.
Okay. I look on in confusion. I guess they don't have storks here. Alright, so we've seen what happens after we say, let's have one of us tell them, but, well, show. Don't tell. Let's make out. With our hands still interlocked, I pull her close to me. She gasps as her chest pushes up against mine, our lips inches away from each other.
What?
Shh, just let it happen. They'll figure it out. As her blue eyes meet mine, I press her lips into a passionate kiss. She squeals into me and breaks the kiss. Oh, come on!
What are you doing?
Showing up my affection for you? I grin devilishly as I pull her back to me, letting the team know we're dating. I lean in again, but Leanna holds a finger to my lips, stopping me. She shakes her head. Well, damn it.
Nuh-uh. We're going to tell them.
This tells them just fine. I am telling them.
With our words.
I don't want to. Words are hard. I sigh. Fine. Let's go. I tug her to a stand, gently leading her to the group. Nerves flutter in my stomach as we approach.
According to the notes, if we head in this direction...
Hey, you guys! So it plays out as normal. And finally, what if we just say let it happen naturally and let them just figure it out? At this point, we're pretty sure they know anyways. Don't overthink it. We should rejoin them and just say whatever comes to us. Leanna pouts. Okay, apparently not that option.
Maybe this isn't a big deal to you, but I'm a bit nervous.
Why are you nervous? I bring her hand to my lips and kiss it. Oh, romantic gesture there. Don't worry. Everything will be just fine. I promise. She smiles and relaxes. Let's go. We got void plans to make. I tug her to a stand, gently leading her to the group. Nerves flutter in my stomach as we approach.
According to the notes, if we head in this direction...
And it continues like normal. So just a couple of different interactions there, which is nice. I still think the one of us should tell them option wins us some more brownie points. We are back at Costa Coral, and Leanna has just received a note from her parents saying she needs to be home. But can we really afford to take a break? We know we said last time that Void will still be waiting there for us, but can we really afford to take a break? I hesitate, worried. Gingaline made it sound like we had to hurry to get to the Shadow Temple before Void disappears or does something worse. Maybe now's not a good time to get distracted. Kara scowls. Oh, don't you get mad at me.
I'm pretty sure what you meant to say was Void can wait. Just like how the temple search could wait for me.
Fair point. She does have a point. My face burns as I shut up. Zach nods.
We go where you go.
Not a whole lot different, except we piss off Kara. And what do I care? Leanna's parents aren't big fans of her being a Mage-Knight. So we said we understand why she hasn't told them she's a Mage-Knight last time. But what if we told her they should be more supportive of her decisions? Sure, it's not a common or well-suited thing for a female to be a Mage-Knight, but they should still be supportive. After all, she is a very talented mage and their daughter, and they would be proud either way. They should be more supportive. It must be really frustrating to have parents who aren't accepting of who you are.
Don't get me wrong, I love my parents. In other ways, they've been very supportive and accepting of me.
But not of this way. Sure, but this is your passion. It's a big part of who you are. It's unfortunate that you're afraid to tell because you're afraid they won't accept you. She toys with the hem of her skirt.
I just don't want them to be disappointed in me.
They won't be. No wonder she's so worried about facing them. Either way, I'll be here to support you. It's not like I went back home or anything. She flashes me a genuine smile and squeezes my hand.
Speaking of which, do you think you can also keep our relationship a secret?
We'll get to that in a moment. However, it is not good to keep secrets, especially from your parents, because when they find out, it's going to be bad unless you tell them. You should really tell them. They're your family. You shouldn't keep any secrets from them. Leanna frowns. Not the response she was probably looking for.
I was planning on telling them eventually.
But...
I just needed to make sure the timing was right.
Right how? Well, no time like the present. She falls silent. No wonder she's so worried about facing them.
Speaking of which, do you think you can also keep our relationship a secret?
A secret? Leanna nods. Of course, we said of course last time, but this time I really want to just know, I'll try, but no one can escape the burning fire of our love. I'll do my best to keep it a secret. Leanna lets out a deep breath.
Thank you.
A smirk flutters across my face as I go from making it fine to screwing it up. But of course, my arm snakes around her shoulder, pulling her close. Our love for each other kindles with flames of 1,000 suns. I cannot promise they won't notice our burning passion. Leanna's eyebrow twitches.
Burning passion?
Yes, of 1,000 suns. Yep, if they stand too close to us, they might become scorched. She snorts, trying to hold back a laugh. What? I'm trying to be romantic here. Maybe a little bit of in a goofy way.
Scorched?
Yeah, that's right. She tries to hold a serious face, but the facade cracks. She turns away, laughing into her hand. Or perhaps just mildly sunburned?
You're so crazy.
Yet you love me anyways. She shakes her head, amused. It makes sense. I don't want to pressure Leanna into doing something she isn't ready to do. It's best to respect her and her situation. Not wrong, but that sure was funnier than the other option. Are you ashamed of us? Why? Are you ashamed of us? Leanna's eyes widen. She shakes her head.
No, of course not.
It seems like you are. Then why don't you want them to know about us? Her face twists and she talks quickly.
It's just, I don't know if this is a good time to tell them. They're going to get all this information at once, and I don't think they need more information on top of that. I would really appreciate it if you didn't say anything.
Okay, I can get that. I nod. All right. It makes sense, though. Totally makes sense. Much like Kara in Chapter 4, now Liana wants cuddles in front of the fire in the inn. We said it sounds good to me. Let's deny her the cuddles then and see how poorly this backfires. You should get some proper rest rather than on me. We should really go to bed. We have a long day tomorrow. You'll need your rest. Leanna sucks in a breath and forces herself off of me, rubbing her eyes. Now I'm sad.
You're right.
No, I'm not. I'm wrong. Just tell me. She blushes, sheepish.
Well, good night.
Good night. That was disappointing. We both go back to our rooms. Doesn't take long for me to drift off to sleep. We have finally revealed to the rest of the team that we can cast multiple spells at once, and we're technically then a mage caster. Last time we had ended up saying, watch out, new mage caster is in town, trying to be all taunty and stuff. Didn't work out so hot, but what if we just went with it? Ah, shucks, Amelia, you're embarrassing me. I rubbed the back of my head, a bit embarrassed. Thanks, Amy. I'm only as good as my instructor. If you thought that was cool, just wait until you see me cast all the elements. So not much different here, just goes right into let's cast all the elements. Now, Amelia, let's not make a big deal out of the fact that I can cast multiple elements at once. Let's not make a big deal out of this. I shrug off her compliment. If you thought that was cool, just wait until you see me cast all the elements. No, not as much fun as the first option that we did in the last playthrough. Or the last video, I should say. I like that one a little bit better. Not that these aren't bad, but I like the other one a little bit better just to have that interaction kind of taunting with Amelia. Thought it was fun. Our little Pongo friend has lots to learn about finding a partner. But rather than cheer him up after his rejection, he'll get over it. He's got to get over it. It's a part of life. Whatever. Rejection is a part of life, and he'll certainly be rejected plenty more times in his lifetime. The Pongo has to learn that the hard way. Wow, that's cold. Super cold.
He came on too strong.
I agree. He came on too strong. Rather than trying to cheer him up, he's got to figure it out. We have arrived in Hearth Dawn, and the guards seem to be acting a little strange around Liana. They bow and call her Milady. We tipped our fedora, but someone's pretty popular. Can't deny that. Wow, you're quite the popular one around here. Leanna laughs awkwardly.
Oh, I'm sure they say that to all the girls.
I don't think they said that to Kara. Are you sure you're not secretly famous or something? Her face pales. That's a yes.
What? That's crazy.
I don't believe you now. That's a bit of an overreaction. I know. I was just joking.
Oh, right.
I'm not buying this. Not buying this at all. Leanna exhales, but doesn't seem any more relaxed. I narrow my eyes. Unless there's another reason that guy would call you his lady. Her eyes widen and she quickly raises her hand, shaking her head.
No way. Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, am I the one being ridiculous now? Good. I wrap my arm around her waist and pull her close. Because you're my lady. Leanna smiles gently, then detangles herself from me. Fine, I get it. I know, secret, but I had to. I had to. Huh. Why is she being shy again? This is getting very odd. Very odd. But I think that one earned us some brownie points with her, which is good. How the guards are acting, though, that's weird. That's really weird. I glance at Leanna, who tries to hide her face behind her hair. So, that was different. She forces a laugh.
I know. That was definitely unusual and not something they do all the time.
Oh, I definitely don't buy that for a second. Uh-huh. That doesn't sound suspicious at all.
Nope.
You're not telling me something. I'm gonna find out what it is, and what I do, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far out just yet. No idea what that could be. And I believe those are all the options that we missed last video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, if you did, make sure to let me know by hitting the like button down below or leaving a comment. It really does help me out, so I know that you guys are enjoying this and want to see more videos like this in the future. And if you are new to the channel, or have not done so already, unleash your power by hitting the subscribe button down below today as well. And I will see all you heroes in the next video, and we'll see what's going on here at Hearth and why Leanna's acting so weird. Thanks so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.